And then, speaking of these hoes with no passion, I work at the strip club. I was speaking with a stripper. And
tell me she had no passions. Because all of them have some fucking idea of what they want to do with their life, right?
Well, here's the thing. This girl who is at the strip club, and one night she's telling me about how she's getting her body done and she can't wait. And I'm fucking Captain Save-A-Ho over here. I'm like, no, don't do it. Natural.
Well, hold on.
I love natural.
Time out. First of all, you can't do that to a stripper. She's investing in her fucking business, okay?
Fuck that, bro. I'm trying to make these. I'm trying to open these girls' eyes, bro.
You can't do that to a stripper, though. Like, to a regular girl, yeah, but a stripper,
I'm trying to help, dog. I feel like I was sent to this
club.
better
than this.
I was sent onto this earth, into this club to save these hoes.
I'm getting you a cape. I'm going to buy you a cape. Captain Save-A-Ho.
So I tell her, like, nah, don't do it. Like, you can fucking, your body's fire. You have nice tits. You have a big ass. You're a little fat. You just fucking hit the gym and you're good. I didn't say the last part.
I mean, I don't mind a little fat on a stripper, you know?
But so she comes back like a couple months later, whatever, recently. And she's like, hey, like, brand new everything, new fucking face, new tits, new waist, new ass.
Scarred up.
And well, the scars were covered, but she's looking good. I'm not going to say she looks bad. She does look good for the moment that it's being held together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gravity takes
And she's like, don't I look so good? I just got my body done and you told me not to. And I was like, yeah, I mean, you look good, but like, how are you going to keep that up? Like, what are you going to do now? However long it starts to sag, you got to get another surgery or whatever the fuck it is. Like, you don't understand what you're doing. And she's like, yeah, no, it's great. I love it. But now I just got to get over like this anxiety and depression thing. She's like, I cured my self-consciousness and now I just got to like figure out my anxiety and depression. I'm like, this is the problem because everything I'm telling you is working against you. Yeah. If you would have hit the gym and started eating right and living your life right and doing everything right and got your body in shape the right way, it would have simultaneously helped the other things.
Yeah.
Doing like this whole like give me
instant
a pill for the shit, instant gratification,
yeah.
Like, bro, it's fucking the whole shit up.
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so...
Alrighty, Club Killers family, we're back live doing our thing. Why don't you scoot over a little bit, get a little closer to me, get like when you look at the cam, doesn't it look more even that way if you're over here?
I feel like I'm on the camera. People can see me. I'm not hiding behind the TV thing.
Yeah.
Let me do this. Let me do this real quick, just so.
Get in here, dog. Yeah, get rid of that fucking
so we can get
mind control device.
Yeah, fuck.
Isn't it ridiculous? Shit. Even when it's not in your pocket, like you'll feel like a vibration, like oh my phone, and then you're like, what? My phone? It's not even in my fucking pocket. You know?
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but I could.
That's never happened to you.
It's probably the weed.
You're lying.
No, I mean
you're lying. Please, the 6 viewers that watch this on YouTube. Please comment and let me know that has happened to you because this man is lying.
I just don't recall it happening. Maybe it has. I don't know.
All right, whatever. Let's fucking get it going here.
What episode is this?
This is episode 52.
5 Deuce.
The big 5 Deuce, wrapped up like a deuce in the middle of the night.
Do you know that I used to always think they were saying wrapped up like a douche?
Of course. Because it makes way more sense.
And it sounds wrapped up like a douche.
What is wrapped up like a deuce?
Revved up like a deuce.
Revved up like a deuce.
Is a car.
Oh, here we go. See, I didn't. The whole thing wrong.
Not a big car guy.
Not a big car guy.
Yeah.
No. Speaking of cars, I was pushing the Jan 705.
I saw that
weekend.
Did she still have a picture of you as a child in the?
Everything's the same. Everything's the same.
Isn't that nostalgic?
I don't think she's even driven it since the last time you were in it.
Jan's not a big car lady either.
She doesn't drive. She doesn't really leave the crib these days.
She's just kind of chilling.
She's a little bit broken. We're going to say she's broken. Coronavirus broke a few people, and my mother's one of them.
Is she still scared of the virus?
She's scared of the virus.
Well, she does have some health issues.
She has health issues. I get it. She was scared of the virus. But here's the thing. She got it and survived. So I'm like, Mom, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
You beat the game.
Your biggest fear came true and you survived it. It's over. Like, let's get in these streets.
Yeah.
I'm trying. My mother is for the streets now. My mother is for the streets.
Is she single now?
No, but we need to get her in these streets.
Does she still have her assortment of dentistry teeth?
What did she have
Did
last
she have
time?
like a collection of dentistry, like teeth stuff?
Oh, I think she had tools, maybe.
Dentist, like the shit that nightmares are made of, like the hooks from like the 1910s.
Yeah, like old school dentist tools.
Yeah.
I remember she had those like laid out one day.
I was
at the
like,
crib when
what's
you
going?
came
This
over.
feels very serial killer-esque.
Yeah, she's like a big thrifter, eBayer.
She's got her eBay.
Yeah, she's like, oh,
You want to plug her eBay channel for any of our 3 viewers who want to purchase dentistry tools?
I don't even know it, bro. I'll be honest with you.
Damn.
I have no idea what my mother.
All that love she gave Send Nudes back in the day.
She did give a lot of love.
Do you remember she made you a Send Nudes plate, or it was like made out of license plate?
Mm-hmm. I got it at the crib.
That you might be one of the only men in the history of the world whose mother made them a sign that said "Send Nudes."
That could be true.
I haven't done the research, but I gotta assume it's a small amount of people.
I could get on board with that.
Okay.
I could hop on that.
Shout out to Jan.
Jan, baby. I'm gonna interview her. I'm gonna get her on a pod. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna bring. I have a little mobile pod set up. You don't even know, dog.
See, you might just have to pop up on her.
We're out here expanding. Yeah. Next time I go to Chicago, I'm bringing the shit to her crib. I'm gonna make my brother fucking produce it, and we're gonna ask Jan the tough questions. We're gonna get to the bottom of some of
The
this.
streets want to know.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of some of what's going on up here. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I'd be tuning in for that. So tell me about Chicago. How was it?
It was good. This was the first time in probably 4 months that I've been going back there where I was out and it felt good. It felt like people were out drinking, having a good time. And I got to imagine because it was Memorial Day weekend. It was like the start of the summer. The weather was nice. It was hot as fuck, actually. It was like 90. So that always does it, you know.
But doesn't 90 degrees in Chicago feel better than 90 degrees in Houston, Texas?
Yes, because the humidity, even though it's pretty humid in Chicago, it's way worse here.
It's just like the air doesn't move. It just kind of sticks here.
It suffocates.
And the sun
you.
is fucking intense.
Yeah.
It feels like it's resting on your skin and just cooking your flesh. Chicago, even when it's hot, the sun doesn't feel as heavy on your skin.
Yeah. I enjoy it here if I want to go outside and get a workout or a walk and like sweat and soak up the sun. But if I got like, I'm ready to go, I'm fresh, I'm showered, I walk outside and just instantly start sweating. I'm like, fuck.
That's different.
It's no good.
I do like my girl's out there right now with our daughter. She went out to see her father for his birthday, and she was telling me how the first thing she noticed when she got off the plane and was walking out there was like the air. How like I don't know if it's like the lake effect, but like you remember how like clean the air feels when you breathe
crispy.
it? It's like crispy. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago's a shithole in a lot of ways, but the air compared to Houston air is just it's tasty, man. It feels. I just remember that crisp.
Yeah, well, they're not. The air that we breathe in here is like, it's like cooked homeless people. It's like if you air fried a homeless dude, the way that would smell is basically the air in Houston.
Yeah, pretty much, which is probably correct.
They're cooking in the sun and in the humidity, just suffocating, and their fucking fumes are just, when the air is thick, the fumes carry.
Oh,
you
yeah.
fart in like a hot car, that fart is like a piece of cake for your nose.
That's true. It just
bad smelling cake.
sticks to your skin.
Fucking, yeah. The people out here are just cooking, and we get a whiff of it every time we go outside.
Facts. What did you DJ out there?
I played at Fame. Shouts to Fame. My boy Tim Emmy. I saw r.o.a.d. You remember r.o.a.d?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
I've known r.o.a.d. since fucking my first downtown residency back in like, I don't know, 2008.
What
maybe?
was it?
District Bar. It was right across the street from what was Entourage, which is that where Fame is?
That's Fame, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Fame.
So he was the resident DJ at Entourage.
I bet you it's the same owners because they did Trophy Room, which was where District was, and then from Trophy, the Target moved in.
Yeah, so wait.
Where Trophy used to be is a Target.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We're
What's
losing
going on in
everything.
Chicago?
We're
Everything's
losing it
turned
all.
into Targets out there. They fucking tore down didn't they turn the fucking old flea market on Milwaukee into a fucking Target? Mm-hmm. Cabrini Green is now a Target.
It's Targets and condos.
Target is just fucking eating that city up. I remember for years back in the day, like Chicago was so like anti-Walmart, anti-Target. They're like, you'll never come to the city because like all the small businesses, they knew they would be destroyed by that. And then one day they're like, and then everybody's like, well, this is convenient. I can go in here and get everything I need. I don't have to go to fucking this side of town and then that side of town and then furniture district and then fucking whatever. You can just get it all in one-stop shop. But you know what you can't get there?
Love.
Well, I mean, yes. But I was thinking more of the people who used to sell porno DVDs at that corner, 3 for $10.
Ooh,
Remember
you
those?
can't get
Remember
that
those
at
fucking
Target.
deals? Remember the fucking bootlegs they used to sell, 3 for $10, with the fucking Chinese subtitles on them?
I will say that I am young enough to where I've never purchased a physical porn, like a DVD or like
I mean,
a VHS.
these are
or
like, you know, on a. There's some fucking dude selling them out of his backpack in Jewtown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, I never.
You want that? Man,
We rented them. We rented from the West Coast
rented
Video.
a porno?
From West Coast Video. The owners, this is like a local rental, like before Blockbuster put them out of business back in the day. Lincolnwood, fucking West Coast Video was the spot, bro. You went into West Coast Video on a Friday night.
See
You
all
saw
your friends
your
from
homie
school,
from
yeah,
school
yeah.
with his mom getting a movie and shit. The lady she was friends with Dave and his family and shit. And we would all be sleeping at Dave's for the weekend. We're in the garage, fucking. We go to West Coast Video, and she would let us in the porn section and rent a fucking porn at like 13.
That sounds a little pedo.
It's weird to think back on
Yeah.
it, but it's like
Did they have like the
she
porn
was just
corral?
being cool. We were like, yo, she's the shit.
And she's like, you guys like that one? What was your favorite part?
She was
No.
like an old Asian lady.
Yeah.
Like there's just oh man.
I
love her. I forgot her
Did they
name.
have a porn corral? Because I remember Family Video was the one where I used to always go sneak in, and in the back they had like a room with like those saloon doors that would swing open.
Saloon doors. I
Yeah.
don't know why the porn sections always had saloon doors.
It's like we have to technically have a door here, but like it's open.
You can see through the top, you can see through the bottom, and if you look really hard through the little blinds, you can see through those too.
Oh, for sure. As a kid, and you go back there and they have like the big square box of the fucking cassette tape or DVD or whatever, and it's just got like fucking hardcore porn of like girls getting fucked in their ass. And as a kid, you're like, "This is amazing," and then your mom's like, "Where are you?" Run back to the fucking Nintendo section. And you know, another thing that I used to hate is if I'd see a friend from school and they had like the video game I wanted to rent, like let's say if it was like NBA Live or something, and I was like, "Fuck, that motherfucker's got it," and
Yeah.
it's like, "They got any more?" Yeah, I think they got some more over there. Or like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now you just buy them on the fucking console. It's not the same.
It's not the same at all. Me and my brother used to like if we owned Tony Hawk 1 and then Tony Hawk 2 just came out and we rented Tony Hawk 2, we would return Tony Hawk 1
In the case?
2
Yeah.
case.
For sure. Classic move. Classic move. But I was more Tony Hawk was cool, but did you ever play Skate?
Yeah,
Skate was the shit.
They're
Where you
coming
could
out
build
with a
the
new one.
ramps. Yeah?
Yeah, that's like big news in the video game world. Like it's been years since they dropped one. It's been like this anticipated thing.
I just used to always try and like kill my guy. I'd be like, I'm gonna build the fucking most ridiculous ramp, and then he'd get like the speed wobbles, and he never died though, unfortunately.
Yeah, you get
maybe
like
on the new one they'll like throw a little bit of gore in there. So you
Death
can
mode?
kill him. Yeah, death mode will be great.
Corona.
Broken bones.
He won't die from any skate fall, but if he catches Corona out there in the skate park, he dies.
Why could I totally see that being like one of the outfits, like with a mask on, like,
Yeah.
and a fucking rainbow flag on the front of it,
skater, Safety Steve. He hits the ramps with caution.
with a shirt that says "I am vaccinated."
Fucking fuck.
What a fucking world we live in.
Speaking of being in Chicago, I spoke with a young woman that you know. You guys once had a disagreement over ice cream. You found it hard to wrap your head around the fact that she didn't like ice cream. Do you know who I'm talking
Well,
about?
I don't, but I do find it hard to believe that anyone doesn't like ice cream. I just had a passionate talk about ice cream today. For those that don't know, I'm a big ice cream guy.
Big ice cream guy.
Almost as big as Biden, but
You don't know who I'm talking about?
No.
I want you to know who I'm talking about before I tell this story.
Okay, paint the picture. I'm sure we were arguing probably at like a diner at 3 a.m. when I'm wasted.
I wasn't there when you were arguing. I'll put it that way.
It was that
this
bad?
was private. You told me about this after. She had left your house in a fuss, in an uproar.
Wait, so like, is there
Over
somebody I tried to fuck? And
over
then-
the ice cream.
And then, I do recall now.
Do you know who I'm speaking?
I know exactly who you're speaking about. And I told her about it on a boat one day, and she cried when I...
Maybe.
Does she live
I don't
in
know if
another
I
part of
remember
the
that.
country? now?
She did.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah.
Okay, I know
yeah,
you're talking. You don't remember she was on the boat, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter because I did something else that day, and you're like, don't say that, and then she started crying. Anyhow,
don't remember
we know
that.
we're talking about the same person. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So I see her, and she's got huge tits, and I'm horny. So I'm like, and she's kind of like hitting on me a little bit, and I'm like, all right, let me talk to her. Let me get into it. I've learned that it's not what you say. It's just talk, just bullshitting, and then when you get the chance, touch on fucking just having fun. So I'm like bullshitting with her, blah 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 blah, this and this and that, and she gets to a point in the conversation where she's talking about my sticker, and she's talking about the send nude sticker, and I'm like, oh no, I got a new one. It's a dicker. I take it out, show it to her, and she's like, it's okay. I'm like, are you nuts? This is an incredible
This is the most
piece
genius,
of art.
yeah. What?
Not even because it's genius, because I thought of it, but the art itself, which I didn't do, I have no attachment to the art.
Right.
It was done by a fucking incredible designer. Like, that's a great design.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I went to design school.
Oh,
she's like,
fucking.
telling me all this shit. She's like, here's the thing, I'm like, all right, I mean, tell me what you got. Like, you're either going to say something and I'm going to argue my point to, not argue, but explain my point to maybe why I think differently, or you'll say something and I'll be like, you're right. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, tell me what's up. And she's like, okay, well, here's the thing. I went to art school and I've been studying this for this long and I've read all these books. And I'm like, yo, dope. So like, what's wrong with it? And she's like, I just work like at this corporate place and I do all this. She's like explaining herself and will not stop. I'm like, yo, I get it. Like you did all these things. Let me hear what you have to say. I'm like, I will not be offended.
Right.
0% chance that you will offend me right here. Like, give me what you got. I'm ready. 100%.
Yeah.
And she goes back to like talking about herself again. And I'm like, what are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? Now I'm getting mad because you're not saying anything. I'm ready for this critique. Like I'm almost excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's like not giving it to me. She just like wanted to
doing the dance.
Just wanted to have like a thing. Wanted to be able to be like, well, this is not right because it, I say it's not right, and I went to school for this kind of thing. And I'm like, you tell me the thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're not listening. I'm like, I'm listening to everything you're saying. All you're doing is telling me about yourself. You're not giving me the information that you're telling me that you have. And she's like, you're not listening. I'm like, oh my God. I was literally like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't handle this.
Your dick went limp.
My dick went limp. I was like, I don't care how big your tits are. I don't care if you have the softest, creamiest, most tightly tucked pussy in the fucking Midwest. Get away from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
And knowing who this is now.
Yeah,
like,
it totally makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see it, for sure. Very relatable. Very relatable. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just go to school, they eat their Adderall, they get through their course, and they fucking cheat on their tests or blow their professor, and then they just want to use that as a badge that says, I'm smart. But it's like, you're not fucking smart. You just wasted $50,000 to get a degree that says you are. And I feel like a lot of businesses are like more hip to this now, especially in the last 5 to 10 years. You don't really need schooling to be good at something. I mean, like if you're a doctor, yeah, okay, get it. Fair enough. If you're a design person, like, let me tell you something. I didn't go to fucking school for design, but I know how to work Photoshop and I could make something pretty dope.
And you could shit on her.
Exactly.
Instantly.
Design isn't something you learn. Like it's an art. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously there's a learning curve to using the programs, but like you can't teach someone how to be an artist. Like
no,
you either have the vision or you don't.
That shit comes from here.
For sure.
And that's also in the midst of this conversation at some point I was like, well, what have you done? Because she's telling me about all this schooling and she works at some corporate gig doing something for the fucking planetarium or some shit. And I'm like, well, what have you done? You have a job with the planetarium because they want to pay you $30,000 a year to abuse your services and get graphic design from them that should be worth $150,000 a year. But what have you done?
Right.
You've gone to school. You've done all these things. You've put years into the game. What have you done? And she was literally like, well, I haven't done anything yet. And I was like, exactly.
There's nothing to talk about.
I was like, exactly.
This person that designed this has done a lot.
Yeah, if I asked him what he's done, it would be a laundry list.
Exactly.
So, moral of the story is that's what I was trying to get
Moral
at.
of the
Like,
story: these hoes ain't shit.
These hoes are never shit. But school is not the end all be all. Like, that's maybe the beginning. If you do it right, it's maybe the beginning.
It's good. It's a good place to start if you have no other fucking optimistic plan of attack. It's like with my son. Like he's about to be graduating next year, you know. And I'm like, yo, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna go to college and do something. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, I'm not fucking paying for your school so you can fucking spend $50,000 a year figuring out what you want to do with your life. Like,
Yeah.
fucking get to it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the problem. You can't teach hustle. Like, you either got it or you don't, unfortunately.
It's hustle and also like
Ambition,
I think, or even knowing what you want to do is a blessing in and of itself in a way, because there's a lot of people that don't know. You know what I mean?
do feel bad for people that have no passions, because like I have a couple passions. Obviously, music, low riding is a huge passion of mine. And then I meet so many people, and when I talk to them about things that I'm passionate about, where they're just like, yo, I wish I was passionate about something. And I'm like, fuck. I mean, I like, to me, it's sometimes like it's a blessing and a curse, because I'm like, fuck, I waste all my money on my passions. But at the same time, it's like, it's fuel for me to go through the day. You know what I'm saying? Your passion is saving your money and fucking, dying in a gold casket.
Doing other Jewish things.
Among other Jewish things.
Eating gefilte fish.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. But like, I meet people all the time that have no passion, and I feel bad.
Especially young Southern women. I talk to these hoes out here. Oh, what do you like doing? They're like, just hanging out with my friends and smoking weed. And I'm like, that's not
A passion.
not really a hobby or a passion. Like, what do you like? Like,
And like, I love
rap music.
Sometimes I go on Instagram. I don't know.
What do you do on Instagram?
Oh,
Darlene.
am I playing the girl?
What do you like to do on Instagram? You like to show off your butt cheeks?
I'm sure that's probably their passion. I mean, it's definitely a passion of mine to watch.
And then, speaking of these hoes with no passion, I work at the strip club. I was speaking with a stripper. And
Tell me she had no passions, because all of them have some fucking idea of what they want to do with their life, right?
well, here's the thing. This girl who is at the strip club, and one night she's telling me about how she's getting her body done and she can't wait. And I'm fucking Captain Save-A-Ho over here. I'm like, no, don't do it. Natural.
Well, hold on.
I love natural.
Time out. First of all, you can't do that to a stripper. She's investing in her fucking business, okay?
Fuck that, bro. I'm trying to make these. I'm trying to open these girls' eyes, bro.
You can't do that to a stripper, though. Like, to a regular girl, yeah, but a stripper.
I'm trying to help, dog. I feel like I was sent to
You
this
know
club.
better than this.
I was sent onto this earth, into this club to save these hoes.
I'm getting you a cape. I'm gonna buy you a cape, Captain Save-A-Ho.
So I tell her, like, no, don't do it. Like, you can fucking, your body's fire. You have nice tits. You have a big ass. You're a little fat. You just fucking hit the gym and you're good.
You're a
I
little
didn't say the
fat?
last part.
I mean, I don't mind a
I
little
didn't say
fat on a
last part.
stripper, you know?
But so she comes back like a couple months later, whatever, recently, and she's like, hey, like, brand new everything, new fucking face, new tits, new waist, new ass.
Scarred up.
And well, the scars were covered, but she's looking good. I'm not going to say she looks bad. She does look good for the moment that it's being held together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gravity takes
And
its
she's
course.
like, don't I look so good? I just got my body done and you told me not to. And I was like, yeah, I mean, you look good, but like, how you going to keep that up? Like, what are you going to do now? However long it starts to sag, you got to get another surgery or whatever the fuck it is. Like, you don't understand what you're doing. And she's like, yeah, no, it's great. I love it. But now I just got to get over like this anxiety and depression thing. She's like, I cured my self-consciousness and now I just got to like figure out my anxiety and depression. I'm like, this is the problem, because everything I'm telling you is working against you.
Yeah.
If you would have hit the gym and started eating right and living your life right and doing everything right and got your body in shape the right way, it would have simultaneously helped the other things.
Yeah.
Doing like this whole like give me
Instant
a pill for the shit,
gratification.
instant gratification, like, bro, it's fucking the whole shit up.
Bro, there's so many fucking things happening right now on Earth and in the internet metaverse, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that are just fucking destroying people's minds.
They're broken.
Yeah.
Like I said about my mother, they're broken. Some people at this point are broken. Not to say that they can't be fixed, but they're broken right now.
From every angle right now. I feel like it's almost like how doctors used to like prescribe cigarettes, and then like now we're like, that's fucking crazy. I feel like in 50 years we're gonna look back and be like, I can't believe we just let people go on the internet and fucking go crazy and be fucking polluted from everyone. Think about it. Even if you weren't putting a face filter on yourself and creating dysmorphia to where you think you need to put fucking collagen in your lips to be accepted or whatever the fucking case may be, you turn on the media or you go to a media page and everything is fucking about like dead children and how it's everyone's fault and fucking the government and the gas prices and fucking, it's just nothing but a ball of fucking stress. And there's no escaping it because we're already locked in.
We're locked in.
But they just, somebody figured out that the best way to fucking capitalize off us was to like destroy our minds. It's really fucking sad.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that it's just a broken machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like someone was like, hey, I'm going to take over the world and implement this into here.
It's just a byproduct
of trying to get money, of monetizing everything.
Yeah.
We are monetized. That's what's breaking us.
100%.
Is because as humans, we can't help ourselves but to look at things that piss us off, like that trigger us.
Yeah.
Something that makes you mad and something that makes you happy
are both equally addictive.
Invokes like the same thing in your brain. It's just like either you're feeling good about it or you're feeling bad about it. But that whatever's happening, that like emotion, whatever that is, we get it mistaken for one another. You know what I mean? And the internet knows when you click on something that makes you mad, you will continue to click on that. So they serve it to you.
Because as much as I talk shit about all these things, I still am somehow intrigued just to like watch it and be mad. It's just like a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly what it is.
You still like want to get in a fight with that person, even though you're like, I don't ever want to fucking talk to this person and fight with them again. It's still like, but I'm going to get my last word in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. And then you go to think about breaking up with the person because you're fed up. You just watched all these fucking videos that pissed you off and you're like, why am I doing this to myself? And you go to break up with them, you go to delete the app, but you're like, but what about all those good times?
Yeah.
What about all those times TikTok just had me laughing in my bed, enjoying life? And and you replace the anger with those happiness feelings and you're back in it. And it's just never ending until you're fucking Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and you got to go to trial and win 15 million. Shouts to the king.
Let's go, Johnny. I mean, no one can be surprised by that trial, though. I mean, unless everything was fucking skewed that I saw, he might just have a really good publicist, and they just like made all these. That's okay. Sometimes when I'm watching these fucking videos, like the recaps throughout the whole thing, I'm like, this kind of feels like maybe somebody on Johnny Depp's team is like making these like who's really taking the time to go and record bits of the trial just to make like a funny meme about how bad Amber Heard is.
Dude, that's what the internet is. Like some people's pages thrive off that. There's like internet trolls that just are on whatever's the current thing. Like they're on the stream waiting for something to clip up and put on their shit because they know it's going to go viral. Like there's so much fucking internet just madness.
It kind of makes me want to throw up.
They'll eat it all up.
But I'll watch it anyways. But yeah, shout out to him. City Boys, we up. Let's talk music for a second.
What do you got?
So I text you Sunday night a distraught, drunken message.
Yes, you did.
That I was going through something.
Yes.
I woke up the next morning.
I'm going to pee real quick. Just talk loud so I can hear you.
Let me paint the picture for the
Talk
people.
loud so I can hear you.
Okay. So I got a triple header on Sunday night, which is Memorial Day weekend. Triple header, 3 gigs. Starting out Bell Station with the homie Heavy, Tanner, your boy, and it was good. It was a quick set. Didn't really drink. Went on to the next one. Bottle Blonde, 4-hour set. Crushed it. Great vibes. Everything's good. I had a 2-hour break before my next set. Final set of the evening, and it's at Lincoln.
So at this point, you've done 2 gigs. How drunk are you?
I am pretty inebriated, but not too bad because like I said on the last show, you got to pace yourself. Yeah. So I didn't even start drinking until 9 o'clock.
So you're cruising. You're
cruising.
through
I'm
the
good.
first
Well,
2 sets.
I can't really cruise. I mean, I was sober more or less for the first 2 sets because I knew there was even between 9 and midnight. That's 3 hours of drinking. I got a plan for that. So then 9 o'clock comes, start drinking. Heavy comes out. We're hanging out, having a good time. I'm decently buzzed, but nothing too crazy. The alcohol starts setting in. It's about 11:30. I'm about to go on. I go up there. The guy that's on is fucking doing his thing. Good vibes. The crowd's into it. The place is packed. And I see your boy there.
Which one?
You know,
My actual boy or like my
he's
boy?
your boy for sure.
So it's,
He may be Cambodian or something like that. Big fan of your scratching.
do I know him?
Yeah, he lives out here. He pops up sometimes. Anyways, not really that important, but he's there. And so, mind you, they don't have a gear there, so you have to bring your own gear, you know? So I bring my controller, right? And I'm about to set up. So, like, he's like, all right, yeah, set up, whatever. I pull out my little fucking 3-pound piece of fucking plastic controller, my Pioneer
I love
SRT
that
1000.
thing, dude.
It's a great a great controller for a controller, right? And I'm okay. I've come to the point in my life where I'm okay with playing off a controller. It doesn't bother me that much, you know, whatever. So I'm setting it up. He's got a setup of an S9, which is fucking terrible, right? Fucking worst mixer ever made.
I'll
But
take it
you know,
over a Rain.
well, I mean, arguably it is a Rain, right? The S9.
No, the S9's Pioneer.
But it's like a collaborative Serato project. So it's got, listen, the way that it's designed, it reminds me a lot of a Rain. So I got to think there's some Rain in there somewhere. Anyways, so speaking of Rain, he's got the 2 Rain fucking turntables that like have the fake record on them. You know the ones.
I know
no
the ones.
needle, fucking whatever. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. So then I'm like setting up my thing, and your boy is like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you don't know how to play on a fucking Rain? And I was like, motherfucker. And I'm like, you know, so it triggers something in my brain to where I'm like, this motherfucker's calling you out. I don't know that he was really meaning it like that, but that I feel like Michael Jordan. I was like, I took that personally. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck this fucking controller. I'm like, no, I got it. So I zip up the fucking controller. I don't need my cartridges because there's no fucking needles on these
Not
things.
a goddamn record in sight.
But you know, whatever. So
He must not know about your fucking record collection.
I don't think he knows. The kid's crates are deep. He doesn't know. But that's fine. I don't expect him to. I don't really play records out here like that. So I'm like, I fucking hate this mixer, but now I gotta play it, otherwise I'm a bitch, right? So and it's like a club that I don't normally play, so the crowd's different. It just kind of, you know, it feels a little different. You know what I'm saying? It's
You got to get used to it.
it's
You got to warm up.
yeah. So it's like at least if I had like my gear that I normally play on, I would feel comfortable and I could just get in my shit and do my thing.
Right.
But this already throws a monkey wrench in my fucking plan for the evening because I've already come to grips with playing out of this fucking controller. So I put it back in the bag and then I'm like, all right, let me set up. Mind you, I'm a big effects guy. At least for like I like to use the space echo and all that shit to like, you know, do my transitions, whatnot. The S9 non-existent, right? They probably have it somewhere if you fucking scroll through
side.
30 pages and fucking hit the connect lights 4 times and make a fucking pattern out of it. But who the fuck knows, right? So I'm just winging it, and I'm like just basically DJing raw, where it's like fucking mix into one, backspin out, or fucking do a little bit of scratch out or some bullshit. I'm just not feeling my shit, right? Luckily, shout out to DJ Heck. Are you familiar with DJ Heck?
Heck?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He's like one of the residents there. So he gets on the mic and he's like emceeing my shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
But
I
he's
don't
a
know
DJ.
his DJ name.
It's Heck.
What's his name?
I don't know.
I think I know his regular name.
He's a Hispanic guy.
Yeah. That's the homie.
Yeah. So he's like fucking on the mic doing his thing, and he's like, "Yo, dude," I'm like, "Yo, do your thing." Like, I need that sauce. I need some sauce on this dry ass pizza I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
The music's fine, but like, I need some sauce.
I
So we
feel
got
that.
through the night. I got fucking wasted. Homeboy brings out a bottle, and you know how that goes. By the end of the night, I'm playing fucking Banda, and it was a good time. But I guess I said all that to say this. Who the fuck are you to tell me I can't DJ on a motherfucking turntables? I come from that era, baby. And just for the record, those Rain fucking turntables do not feel like actual record turntables.
Terrible.
I don't know who the fuck designed that shit, but that just got to go. At least if you're going to do it, just put some fucking 1200s up there and fucking, you know, I don't know. That's I promised myself I wasn't gonna get worked up about this, but it's kind of eating away.
Hey, let it out, dog. Let's
You know
talk
what I'm
about
saying?
it.
And it's like, he's a nice kid. I honestly don't think it's that he meant it in a bad way, but for some reason it struck me in a bad way.
He was probably trying to be funny, playful. You know what I mean?
I just think he's like one of those people that just kind of, I don't think he's socially awkward, but like he just has, you got to know who I'm talking
a little
about.
touch of Downs.
No. I don't know,
He's on
man.
the spectrum a bit. He's peering.
I don't know. He's a
over
nice
the
kid.
spectrum.
He's probably listening to this right now, to be honest. He might be one of the 3 listeners we
He
have.
might fucking learn a thing or two.
But I mean, all I want to say is, man, I don't know if you're a photographer or what you do, but
wait, is he not a DJ?
I don't think he's a DJ. If he is, I've never seen him DJ. You got to know who I'm talking about.
It wasn't the dude who was DJing on that setup.
No. It was like this other guy who was like he's not even like his hype man. I think he's just friends with him. You got to know who I'm talking about. He like sometimes would randomly show up to.
Is he tiny?
Yeah, he's a little guy.
He's not Mexican?
Yeah, he might be. He's like I think he's Cambodian. I don't know.
He got spiky hair?
Yeah. Your boy. I mean, I honestly don't think he was saying it in a disrespectful way, but it just kind of struck me. It could be the amount of tequila that was in my system at the moment. It could be the pressure of the crowd.
He was definitely trying to fuck around. I think for the most part, when people, to me, this is how I live my life. When people are talking shit like that, like in a playful way where it's
I don't know.
is he serious?
He
is he
said
not?
it, but he didn't. It almost was like, I feel like maybe I don't even think he was saying it in a way like, what, you can't DJ on this? I think it was more like, you don't have a DJ on that sign? Like kind of like
it was like
it might have just been something as innocent as that. But you know me and my fucking Hirschberger syndrome or whatever the fuck you call it. I always fucking overthink everything. So like, of course, it triggers in my brain is this guy just called you a bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's so funny, dude.
And so
I would have shitted on that. I feel like I would have shitted on that setup. I would have been like, "This? You want me to DJ on this fucking piece of shit?"
Yeah.
And I'd have been like, "Nah, I'm playing on my shit."
Yeah. I probably should have done that, but you know, I was just
Literally the last time I had to DJ on that, I didn't.
Was it the same?
Refused.
Was it the same spot?
Nah, this was at Standard. None of those spots have their own shit. So it's like whoever the opening DJ is just brings their shit. And this kid brought a fucking Rain 57 and the Rain turntables.
Let me tell you something.
They were so tightened, and there's no like knob to untighten it. The kid's like, yeah, you need the tools and you take it apart and you can loosen it. And I'm like, well, I'm not DJing on this. This is not DJing. Like, I came here to have fun.
Anyone who's watching this, I'm sure there's a few people that are watching this live on Mixcloud right now that are Club Killers fans, and they have been DJing for 3 years and love the S9 because of the colorful lights that are on it. Just because Sick Kick Music looks like he's DJing on it, I gotta hit him with the truth bomb.
Talk your shit, King.
Sick Kick is not DJing on it, okay? He's fucking pushing those lights to make you think he's doing something. We've seen him DJ live, right?
I've seen him DJ live. If you want to call it DJ.
You couldn't really call it DJing. It's actually standing there and lip syncing while a mix is playing. All right? Maybe if he had a 900, he'd actually DJ. That's my thought, but I just don't think there's enough pretty lights on it.
The weirdest thing about Sickick to me is not the fake DJing. Like, the fake DJing is fake DJing is comparable to fake tits. Like, we've accepted it. They're here. They're not going anywhere. It's what it is. Like them. A lot of people like them, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
The weird thing about Sickick to me is the fact that he pretends like he's fucking singing. He literally, I seen him at Clay. I seen videos of him on the fucking speaker with the mic up to his mask, just fucking. Like, what do you think the guy in the mask is doing?
Yeah.
Literally, what do you think? He's just sitting there smiling. He's just like.
That's exactly what he's doing. He said, y'all motherfuckers pay me a bunch of money. Bitch, got you. It's probably like Dave Chappelle under there. Watch, it's going to be a reveal in like 3 years.
Dave Chappelle. It's fucking, it's what's his name? The fucking little Indian comic. Aziz Ansari.
Yo, low-key, how funny would it be if like next year it just came out that it was really crazy and he's like, fuck you losers, I just fucking exploited the system.
Bro, this shit is crazy. Like, the fact that people really think people are that dumb. People are that dumb. They watch him do that and they say to themselves, he has a mask on, but he's for sure singing those female lyrics
Through a
There's
mask.
no way that it doesn't sound muffled through the mask or anything.
With a loud ass speaker right behind you.
Perfectly
Right.
clear. Like, people are really thinking that. And that's the
He holds it just like a little bitch, too. Yeah, how about him and Madonna? How excited are you for that collab?
I didn't even watch that, bro. Once I clicked on it and I saw him, I just clicked.
I don't know who's worse, him or Madonna, but maybe if both of them just... I don't want to say it. I see. I got a little carried away.
Get in there, dog. Talk your shit.
No, I'm not gonna say it. That's maybe if both of them were like a Billy Idol thing. I don't. Not Billy Idol. Buddy Holly. You know. Let's just say they were like on their way to a show in a plane.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready for that.
I don't wish that
ready
on
for
anybody. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't
mean
wish
that.
it. I don't wish it, but if it happened, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't.
I mean,
Wouldn't
no,
really
you know
upset
what?
me.
Let's wish that doesn't happen, because if that did, Sick Kick would be immortalized as like the greatest
Forever.
DJ of all
You're
time.
right. You're right.
Fuck.
You're
No.
right.
Land, make it safely.
Land
Godspeed.
safely.
I hope your safe travels. Man.
Bro,
We do not need that.
Imagine Sickick dies and he is then he's
Immortalized.
DJ's fucking like DJ AM is forgotten about.
Yeah.
No
well,
one
he's
even
already forgotten
remembers
about
him.
it. But he'll get at least a good 10 years. He'll be like the Tupac of DJs.
Oh,
People are going to like release. And since he made none of his own music, everyone could release unreleased music that they made and just say it was Sick Kick. Oh, I got the Sick Kick mashup that never came out in 2022.
Yeah,
it's worth fuck. And then it goes fucking platinum. Who knows?
He would keep making music from the grave for sure.
Or one of his boys would throw on his mask and continue the legacy.
That's true. If he died, we maybe didn't even know it, to tell you the truth.
Did you
There
see-
was 3 of them when they showed up.
Yeah, that's just in case the other one died on stage, so they could just swap the mask. Did you see Dylan Francis post the other day about how he was at EDC and he has like a stunt double, I guess,
No.
like halfway through his set, so he could perform with Illenium at the same time to premiere their song. He put on his fake Dylan
That's
Francis guy to do his
hilarious.
set, got in a fucking golf cart and went all the way over to the other stage.
I got to imagine that wasn't something that just had happened and they caught it on video. I feel like he wrote that. Because
Well, yeah, for sure. He's not dumb.
Yeah, I
He-
feel like
he's-
he was like, I think this would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
He's early on that,
Yeah.
like, I'm a funny internet guy. I mean, I remember Diplo did an interview and he said that was like the real reason why he signed him. Wasn't just because of, I mean, he makes great
He
music,
does make good music.
but it was more about his personality and like the content he created.
Yeah.
I mean, remember back in the day, Dylan Francis was like, he was the bee's knees when it came to funny shit.
Yeah, he still is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's got good shit. He's always coming out with new shit.
I always liked his pinata skits. Those were funny.
Jeffrey or what was his name?
Let's say Jeffrey. That's fair.
And then you see, like, I'm not gonna name any names, but I've seen some other, DJs doing like funny shit with pinatas, and it's like you can't do that. Get like a different pinata at least. Don't get the same exact fucking llama pinata. Like, have a little bit of fucking dignity.
Why, somebody else tried to do the same thing?
Well, they just like, I seen like it was a music video or like a TikTok reel that they made for one of their fucking songs, and then one of the scenes was like a pinata fucking playing the keyboard, little fucking Jeffrey or whatever.
Yeah, people, nothing, no ideas original.
No ideas original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do.
But how it's done.
What's the next line?
I couldn't tell you.
The next one's really good.
That's really the most important one of them.
It is. The next one's good though, and I'm always like, I'm gonna remember that, and I don't.
Which what song? It's Nas, but what's?
It's called No Ideas Original.
No, okay. Well, that's probably why.
Off the Lost Tapes, Alchemist produced. That's one of the biggest bangers. I can't believe he didn't release that on.
I feel like all his well, not all of it, but a lot of his best songs. Papa was
Was a Player.
There's a lot of good ass tracks that he never released, and then he releases stuff like Dr. Knockboot, and it's like,
Yo, Knockboot had kind of a dope beat.
what?
You have
The beat
the
was so. I mean,
You
I
have the Knockboot record because
All
I
right.
remember playing it at fucking time when I was playing your records.
That's a B-side to Nas's like. Okay, it was by default, I believe. No, I don't know if it's a B-side to Nas's like, but maybe it was. But if it wasn't, I might have bought it because I was trying to do the routine that DJ Rob Swift did on Scratch.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember the routine.
I've probably watched that movie 1,000 times. I haven't probably watched it in 10 years, but in my early days of DJing, that was like, that put me up on a lot of game of, hip hop DJing back then.
Yeah.
That was kind of the era you came out of, right? That whole like executioners, turntablists kind of thing. Maybe not executioners specifically, but like
when I was like making music and making beats and like into hip hop like that, like underground hip hop and shit, watching Scratch, I never really got into any DJ culture like that. Like I would listen to the executioners because I loved scratching, because I loved Premier's beats and I loved the way he scratched over his beats. And I always would try and scratch, even when I was just making music. So I didn't really know about the executioners.
That you weren't like, because you are. I mean, even if you don't want to admit, you're pretty much a turntablist. Like you do a lot of scratching, right? So yeah. I always, for some reason, think that you came into DJing through turntables, but you actually came through production and then started making money DJing.
Yeah.
Shout out Architect.
Coming for all the money. Shouts to Architect, my boy Scud One.
Scud One. Did I ever meet Scud One?
I don't know. I don't think so, bro. That's the funniest guy, bro.
Is he?
Like, just the funniest dude. Always had some crazy story, and he was always high as fuck. So he's like so passionate about telling it, you know. Like he's just a great storyteller, and would always get himself into just dumb, like idiot street kid, weed smoking, skateboarding, fucking hip hop rapping ass kind of situations. Like
sounds like
you know
he'd be
what I mean?
Great for the podcast.
He would be great for the podcast. He's in Chicago.
The next time we take the podcast on the road.
Yo, yeah.
That'd be dope.
We should do a fucking tour.
Who you telling, dog? Let's go.
You ain't ready.
Come on, son.
You ain't ready.
As long as we can do it on
for a week. Put up the bread.
As long as we can do it on a Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm down.
There you go.
We need to do another stripper palooza.
I'm going to be honest. Strip clubs are really ruined for me now that
yeah, you fucked it up. You fucked it up.
I just see...
Remember how magical it used to be when we would walk in there and you'd build your houses and we'd eat the food and
was a good
finger
time.
the girls.
Finger the girls.
The good old days.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time, but working in them is just... It's not. It just takes all the magic away.
Yeah,
takes all the magic away. I look at these girls and I'm just sad. I'm just sad for them. They're broken. They're broken women.
Well, I don't know if they're broke. They make a lot of money.
They're broke as fuck.
Are they really? Do they?
That's literally
payout insane?
Didn't we talk about this last week? You were like, "Oh, I just finally figured out why pimps exist."
Well, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's true.
Like a stripper without a pimp,
they don't know how to.
They don't know how to handle their shit, bro. And I asked that question too to someone at the strip club. I'm like, because I don't understand. I'm like, why would somebody pay a dude? Just give them. They don't even pay the dude. They give him all of their money.
Yeah.
They give him everything, and then he divides it up and gives some back to them, gives some to himself. Maybe pays her bills and takes care of her shit.
Not the worst idea for a woman. I'm gonna just tell you because otherwise you end up broke.
Yeah, well, yeah.
See, the stripper, the pimp provides for the female. I had a friend once upon a time who was a pimp.
What?
And he would tell me about the stresses of pimping, and he would tell me about how. I mean, now mind you, this was back when I used to sell meat. These aren't prostitutes like you would imagine at a strip club. These are probably girls on meth. They're not great, but he had like basically like a combine where these girls lived. He had 4 of them at the time that lived there, and all he was doing all day was on the phone, just fucking dealing with them complaining and shit like that.
Dealing with their bullshit.
Exactly.
I mean,
so he was like, yo, it's really not for everybody. He's like, there's a lot of like bullshit you have to deal with. The girls fighting each other and all this other shit that is not as cool as like just a girl bringing you money for sucking some guy's dick, you know?
Yeah, it's, I got to imagine.
I don't really envy him. I don't know.
But that is... My point is that these women are not even the pimp exists because these women are not even intelligent enough to make the right choices with the large sums of money that they're making, which in turn makes them extremely unattractive when you understand their level of intelligence. You're like, I'm looking at a 17-year-old girl in her mind. Like this girl just hit a wall. She hit a ceiling at 17.
Yeah, maybe even younger than that. But
maybe even younger than that. You look like the mindset of these girls, like you're looking at just like an uneducated, sad, and I'm trying not to be mean. I hope that there's no strippers watching and they get
not anymore
offended,
but
but
that's for sure.
it's a sad place.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, obviously there are some boss bitches out there who can hustle a guy out of his money and build a Fortune 500 company or whatever the fuck they're going to do.
There's always
with it.
exceptions to the rule.
But
I'm just talking
generally speaking, the kind of girl who's willing to suck a guy's dick for $100, $50, whatever, probably doesn't have the mental capacity to know how to budget it. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boss bitches.
Basically. Though. Yeah, I mean, there's some big, like Cardi B was a stripper, right?
And she used to drug guys and take their money. And she became a fucking multimillionaire because she's smart, okay? We'll give it to Cardi B, but not every fucking stripper is Cardi B.
That is the exception to the rule. There's always exceptions. Be the exception. Basically what I'm trying to say here is be the exception.
Get yourself a pimp. Don't be stupid.
Be exceptional. Be an exceptional stripper. Be an exceptional
but strippers
woman.
aren't really prostitutes, right? I mean, like, obviously
not
there
all
are
of them.
some that will give you a hand job, but for the most part, at least in my experience, if you ask them for a hand job, they'll kind of look at you like you're an asshole.
Yeah.
So to those girls, just, I don't know, give your money to your mother, and hopefully she'll budget it for you.
I got to imagine they don't have the best relationship with their mother. I mean,
Or their father, for sure.
One time there was a girl FaceTiming her mother in my DJ booth, and her mother was FaceTiming her from prison.
Well, that makes sense.
She's like,
I'm
taking a shot for my mom. It's her birthday. She's in prison.
Mom had one of those trap phones like in her cell. She's like, yeah, you shake that ass. Send me some commissary money.
I mean, this is what we're dealing with here, folks.
I mean, it's reality. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
You couldn't handle the pressures of doing a shot with a stripper while she FaceTimes her mother in state prison.
Her incarcerated mother. While I got
That's heavy.
Well,
No wonder you come out so depressed. You're like, fuck. I mean, look, I love DJing in strip clubs. Don't get me wrong. If I ever get the opportunity, I'm jumping on it. But I do feel it's kind of like you're working in the depths of hell a little bit.
I mean,
it's not the greatest, most positive place.
Being a GM of a nightclub is basically a babysitting gig.
Yeah.
There's financial responsibility. There's definitely like business things that you need to know and be savvy about. But the majority of the work is babysitting a bunch of fucking kids. A bunch of money hungry, drunk, stupid, young, don't know what they're doing with their life yet, fucking kids.
Yeah.
Now imagine it being worse than that.
I mean, you're in the lion's den. Like, you're like fucking jabbing them with a stick. Get out there and dance on the pole. It's like, God damn it. Bring my money back. You know what I'm saying? It takes a special kind of person to run a strip club. It's not a pimp, but it's a person that displays qualities that could potentially have been a pimp if they would have chose that pathway, I feel.
Yeah, I think you have to have. I don't think that
you have to be a real hustler.
I don't think that every GM of a strip club could be a pimp, but I think that every pimp could be a GM of a strip club. Or did I say that backwards? Or should it be? I think that that's what I think. I think that every GM of a strip club could be a pimp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But not every pimp could be the GM of a
strip club. I mean, because some of those dirty pimps that like get their girls all fucking strung out on heroin. Yeah. Could you imagine the strippers just like fucking nodding out on the pole and just like drooling on themselves? And he's like, "I got this, baby. Don't trip. I got this. I got this. I got this."
Yeah. So not every pimp could do it, but yeah. We got it. We're locked in.
Speaking of got him. Are we going to get to work on time? What time is it now?
It's about 9:30.
Looking at your rollie, it's about that time.
It's about that time, baby. You know what I'm saying? Should we put a button on this one?
Let's put a button on it.
Should we wrap this one up?
We got to wrap it up.
Well, the kids are heading to the greatest party on earth.
Shout out to Takeoff of the Migos and DJ Darrell, who will be in the building tonight.
Yeah, Takeoff and DJ Darrell, which it's DJ Darrell's return.
Yes.
Very excited for that.
Highly anticipated.
If
you missed the first one, you don't want to miss this one because it may be the last time.
I want to see if he has a good memory of last time. Maybe he was blacked out. I don't know.
Well,
it's possible.
I mean, it's definitely possible.
But don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube if you're on there. Drop a little comment for the kids. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know how you're feeling. What
do you guys think of the S9? Is it the biggest piece of shit ever made? Or is that the fucking Fiat? I don't know.
I have mixed feelings about the S9.
I'd rather
you know
DJ on a fucking Gemini mixer. Let's just be honest here.
I'm going to drop a comment myself and give you my feelings. So if you want to see that, you can go ahead and follow up on the YouTube page, youtube.com/partywithstrategy. Let's go, champ. We'll see you guys next time. Episode 52 in the Bizag. We're out.